And here it is, the heat you've been waiting for. Heat 2, Event 5, women's ball toss. We've got 20 seconds. I'm Chase Ingram. I'm here with Games veteran Katie Hogan. We're bringing the CrossFit Games, the 2012 CrossFit Games to you right now. We've got Heat 4. Ladies are setting up. Event 5, and what we got? We've got 20 seconds. Max ball toss. An event I never even thought was possible.
It's a fun one. Like I was saying earlier, this looks almost more like a carnival event where you're watching these athletes try to get as many of these balls across the field. People were making comparisons to things like skee ball and things. It's pretty fun. I don't know if the athletes are having fun, but they're trying to utilize that GHD sit-up and really get as many of these across the field as possible.
And here you see some of your top competitors, Julie Fouché, Annie Thorisdottir. This is the event that the crowd's coming to see. We've been through 4. This is event number 5. This is the last heat of this event. 20 seconds max tosses.
And these athletes have the advantage of having seen the 3 previous heats. They can see what some girls are doing wrong with the medicine ball toss, and they know what times to beat in the triplet. Huge advantage for that last heat.
10 seconds.
Here you see women getting set.
This one's going to be fun.
3, 2, 1.
And here we go. Heat 4 of Event 5. The women, 20 seconds, max tosses. Sit up, throw it any way you can. Get it off the sled. And
10 seconds.
Going for, oh, look at that right there. And then it going
Julie's
too
getting
fast.
a great arc on some of those, and they're going really far. Annie Sakamoto had some that were just right in front of her. The further line that you cross, the more points you get for that ball.
You saw right there, you can go almost too fast. You saw that ball slip out of Julie's
A lot of
hands.
athletes were kind of slipping on those. Don't know if they're also wet from being out on the field. It was raining earlier. Lots of things to consider.
And so we have the second group of Heat 4 about to go. They're going to tally up the scores, check the distance. They're going to get set. We've got one more heat. There you have Julie Fouché, your overall leader right now. Looking calm, cool, and collected.
Definitely. I don't think that event necessarily takes too much out of anyone cardiovascularly, but we'll see if any of those sit-ups come into play later.
And you'll see it's a skill. It's a tricky thing. It's all about how much technique do I have? How well am I going to throw it high? Am I going to throw it low? Am I going for spin?
Coordination, timing, the release, all of these things. And again, I don't know how much time these athletes have had to practice this in this exact setting with the med ball being dropped from this little makeshift conveyor, or if they've just been practicing holding a ball.
And we're off. Group 2, Julie Fouché right there. Annie Thorisdottir seems to have a good grasp of the technique for this.
Most athletes not even having time to think. You just flip right back down and grab the next one. Don't even analyze where the other one went.
And just like that, Heat 4 is done. Event 5 is done. We're moving on to the last heat, Event 6. We've already seen 2-3 amazing performances. Camille came out of the gates throwing up a 9.12, and then Kristen Clever in the next heat, 9.02. So we're looking at these athletes. They know what's happened. They've seen these athletes do this. What do you think? Heat 1, Heat 4, what's your favorite?
This is pretty tough to say. There's a lot of top competitors here. I've seen Annie Thorisdottir do strings of bar muscle-ups upwards of 20 at a time without any fatigue at all. So this is an event that she's going to definitely be charging after.
30 seconds.
Lots of other athletes experience with that move. And again, I think you'll see that that is where people are going to be able to either make up their time or lose time.
Do you think any of these athletes have what it takes to take down Kristen Clever's 9 minutes and 2 seconds?
I think Annie T, I think Valerie Volberol, I think you've got to keep your eye on Julie Fouché. These athletes are gunning for that time, and they know what it takes to beat it.
But there you see in your corner right there, Annie Sakamoto, almost a hometown fan favorite. And here we go. Heat 4, Event 6 underway. We're all chasing a time of 9 minutes and 2 seconds set by Kristen Clever in the previous heat. We're coming around the track, and then to start it off, 8 split snatches, alternating your feet every time at 75 pounds, 7 bar muscle-ups. Again, a unique event we've never seen at the game so far. And then a 400-meter run. We're going to do that 3 times and see who comes out on top at the end. And here come the athletes getting to their bar first, like we always see in the first 8. It always looks so fast, so pretty, no holds bar. Jenny LeBaugh right now is your leader, but close behind her, Ruth Anderson, Christy Phillips, and Becky Konzelman. You go first off to the bar. Here come the ladies. Jenny LeBaugh is first to the bar. I don't know how much skill she has with gymnastics, but she made that look pretty light.
This is, yeah, definitely. This is the skill to watch right here. You'll see athletes pull ahead or fall behind.
Here we go. All the women are now on the bar. We're seeing different types of techniques.
And sometimes it's that first bar muscle up that's the trickiest, and then coming down, believe it or not, you actually can create more momentum and find that the following reps are actually easier.
Here we have Annie Thorisdottir. A different gymnastics kit that we've usually seen her use in the past. I know whenever I try to look it up, she's usually the video that you see first.
Definitely, she's worked a lot with gymnastics coach Carl Paoli, who trains out in San Francisco.
And there you have your first pack right there, led by Julie Fouché, Annie Thorisdottir, Jenny Davis.
Really tight group here. We've seen a lot of previous heats where one athlete shot out in front right out of the gate. We've still got a really tight group in this one.
We got a tight group, but we also have a long way to go. This is the first run of 3 rounds. We have 400 meters. Our top 2 athletes right there are starting to pull away the field, led by Julie Fouché, and followed right there, 36 you see in your screen. That is Kara Gordon from Australia. Athletes look smooth. They know I probably won't win the race on this first 400, but you can definitely lose the race on this first 400. You take it out a little too fast in the beginning, you're not going to have much left for that push at the end like we've seen these ladies do, trying to get that top time. Again, set by Kristen Clever in Heat 3, a time of 9 minutes and 2 seconds.
But nonetheless, you can guarantee that all of these athletes are gunning for that time, and they know that it's not going to be beat with a shorter 400 somewhere in the middle of this.
And here you go, coming around the turn. But let's not forget, let's say a big hello to everyone looking at the live feed right now around the world. You are watching the 2010-12 Reebok CrossFit Games. We're in Heat 4 of Event 6. And here you got Julie Fouché. She won the Central East in dominating fashion. She looks to have a repeat performance here in the 2012 CrossFit Games.
She looks as calm and collected as Kristen did in the previous heat coming into the second round. I think this might be the round where she can really make some ground between the other athletes.
Annie Thorisdottir might as well just be a PVC pipe.
Definitely a lightweight for most of these athletes. Annie, one of the stronger competitors.
You see all the women are back to the bar. You have your competitors here. Split snatch, you got 8. Now they're all moving to that bar. You got 7 bar muscle ups. Here you go. Your 2011 CrossFit Games champ, Annie Thorisdottir, going neck and neck with Jen Davis and Julie Fouché for that top spot in Event 6. And we have Julie Fouché taking a break, that big wind up. She's got that press out. It's just the second round. You see, they're starting to work pretty hard to try to get up there. And there you go, Jenny LeBaugh. Hey, boys, don't forget about me. Oh, Jenny LeBaugh was actually finishing her first round. Your leader is Jenny Davis, followed by Julie Fouché. And there's a different sight right there. Annie struggling with those bar muscle ups.
I think this is just a move that's going to be favoring the lighter athlete. Annie's one of the bigger athletes. Never had a problem with a move like that, and she really didn't slow down too much. It's just an athlete like Julie can really speed up on that and gain some ground. Jenny Davis as well.
And you see here your athletes coming in, all trying to trail and chase Jenny Davis and Julie Fouché. Jenny Davis right there in the lead with Julie Fouché close behind her. We're at that 5-minute mark. We're not just trying to beat Jenny in the front, but we've got Kristen Clever with the time of 9 minutes and 2 seconds setting the bar in Heat 3. We're in the last heat right now of Event 6. The women are on their second 400-meter run. And coming in, we have one more round after this. 8 snatches, 7 bar muscle ups, and that last grueling 400-meter run that we've seen these women try to tackle.
and that run really seems to be the majority of this event. You're seeing almost all the athletes move quickly through the snatches and almost effortlessly through those bar muscle-ups, and it's just trekking through the run and being able to conserve energy to get back to those bars.
And here we go. Round 3, 8 snatches, 7 bar muscle-ups. Kristen did it unbroken. Camille did it unbroken. We know what it takes, or what these athletes are going to have to do to beat this time. They're 6 minutes in. They have 3 minutes to go. Can they do it?
I think these weights won't be any problem for either of these athletes.
Julie to the bar first. She gets that first rep, followed by Jenny Davis. And here they go. They're going for 8. They've got 7 bar muscle-ups after this. We've got ourselves a race.
They're making it look easy. Definitely after everything we know they've been through since Wednesday, nothing's got to be feeling too good, but that's not going to stop them or let them put the bar down at this point.
And there's nothing like the sight of two people just going head to head, done with the 8, headed to the bar. We've got Julie Fouché and Jenny Davis battling for that top spot. We've yet to see this in about the past 2 heats. Usually our first 2 are running away with it, but it just shows you the amount of high-end competitors we have in this final heat. And we have Julie Fouché working on that big kip, pressing out. She knows I've only got 7. It doesn't matter if it's pretty, if I have to struggle to get up. There you see Jenny kind of going one arm over the other, and Jenny Davis breaks.
And they're fighting to beat that time that Kristen set.
And Julie is off the bar. We're at 7:14. We're looking for that time of 9:02. She knows the time. She saw what it took to get there. She wants to have that first place time as well.
Julie can get it. She can stay consistent on this run and accelerate at the end. She can get that time.
This is about 90 seconds to beat that top time set by Kristen Clever of 9:02 in the previous heat. There you see we have Jenny Davis finally comes off the bar. She had a little struggle in that last round, but she's still in second place.
Jenny can still pull off an impressive time. I don't know if she'll be able to catch Kristen's time.
Julie's put a lot of distance between her and Jenny, but she's no longer racing that athlete in her heat. She's trying to chase down that athlete. That athlete is Kristen Clever, and you see we're coming up on that 8-minute and 2-second mark. She has 60 seconds to try to beat that time set by Kristen.
And you can see Julie's got a much more aggressive stride than she had in her previous 2 runs, really almost turning this into a sprint.
And this is the final turn before that last straightaway. There you can see that time to beat, 9:02.4.
She's all but got it at this point. It's the last 100 meters. And she's really accelerating out of that turn.
And there you can hear the crowd is cheering her home. They know it's at stake. It's event 6. We've got 6 more after this, but we have to set the tone. We're at 8 minutes and 32 seconds.
She's just
bringing her
destroying
home.
this final lap.
And there you see Julie Fouché, your overall finisher right now. She's coming in trying to beat that time of 9:02. And there it is. There it is, Julie Fouché. 8 minutes and 49 seconds, unofficially, your winner of Heat 4, your winner of Event 6, and overall, your leader at the CrossFit Games right now. And then you see a race to the finish here.
Looks like
Valerie Vogel comes in, passing Jenny Davis at the very end for second place.
Impressive.
And you still see these amazing times. She just finished at 9:12.
Very fast heat.
Athletes realize how well Julie just did. They still had a chance to put a second or third best time of the entire event up there.
Definitely. Getting really close to Kristen's time there.
You see athletes still on the bar working. Jenny LeVault comes in. She's just starting her 3rd round. We realize it's 9 minutes and 45 seconds in. We have a 13-minute time cap.
These athletes at that point are really just trying to beat anyone they can from previous heats and make sure that they make it into that time cap.
We have 3 minutes. Here you have your champion of 2011, Annie Thorstadter. Seems to be struggling with that run today.
Definitely good to remember that these athletes put in an 11K on Wednesday. Don't know if Annie's favorite thing to do is long distance running. She did well on that event, but I think a lot of athletes are feeling some pain from that.
And there we have with a smile on her face, knowing, thank God this is over. We have Kara Gordon from CrossFit Roar.
And Angie Kai.
See these athletes. There you have Annie Sakamoto. The crowd cheering her on. You knew she was coming up. Finishing right here, time unofficially 10:47. These athletes just wasting themselves trying to get there. You see in the screen Becky Konzelman from Front Range CrossFit. 2 minutes before that time cap.
You're under 2 minutes remaining, athletes.
Here we go. We know these athletes know what's at stake. We got Ruth Anderson-Harrell, who had a great performance on event 1 and 2. But I think these gymnastics might have proved a little tough for her.
And these last few athletes just trying to finish under the cap, hopefully keep their spot towards the top of the pack and not drop out of this top heat.
And there are your winners in Heat 4, Julie Fouché, Valerie Voboril, and Jenny Davis. Julie Fouché putting up the best time of the day, but we still have 2 more athletes left on the track. We have about 1 minute and 30 seconds for them to finish. And you can see right here from earlier in this event, this is event 5, Annie Thorstadter, 20 seconds, max med ball toss from a GHD position. And here are your athletes coming in, still finishing. Got to get under the time cap because I want my games to continue.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute left. You hear 1 minute left. Athletes coming in. We have 1 more to finish. But you see right there, we still have a competitor on
Looks like Jenny LeBoss still fighting through those bar muscle ups. Every point counting here. If she doesn't end up finishing, it'll be how much work she was able to get done, and that will be tagged on to that 13-minute time cap finish. Other athletes there cheering her on, helping her through this, maybe shooting out some tips of technique to get her up and over that bar.
She has about 30 seconds left. She knows she's not going to finish this event, but you see all our competitors trying to get her up there. These bar muscle ups, we know it's a unique move. We've never seen it before in the CrossFit Games, and some of these athletes are just not ready for this type of movement.
10 seconds.
There you go. The crowd cheering her on like she just won the heat. This is the beautiful thing about this CrossFit community. And she gets another right before them.
So strong.
And that's the time cut. And there's Jenny LeBoss. She knows she struggled on this one.
Congratulated by her competitors for fighting all the way to the end.
And there you have the beauty of the CrossFit community. If you don't know, get to a box and figure it out. We have the women right here, either first, last, not finish or not. She knows she tried her hardest right here. And there we have finishing up Heat 4 of event 6. The women are done for now. We've got the men coming up. Who do you think's going to take it today?
I have no idea.
Event number 4, heat number 1.
So there we have it. The women finishing up. Julie Fouché setting the tone for the day. Unofficial time of 8:50.
Julie has been consistent across the board since we started things on Wednesday.
All right, the women are done. The men are next. We've got more coming.